Hello everyone and welcome to this session. In today's session, let us learn about the BCG matrix as a tool for environmental analysis. In the late 60s, a leading management consulting company by the name of Boston Consulting Group designed a 4-cell matrix known as BCG or growth share matrix. The tool was designed to help with the long-term strategic planning and help the businesses to review their portfolio of products to decide where to invest, discontinue, etc. As you can see here, the Boston matrix is a two-dimensional model where on the left-hand side we have the market growth rate and the other dimension is the relative market share. The market growth rate simply refers to the rate of growth, that is, the annual growth in the overall sales of the market, and it can be considered as a measure of market attractiveness. Market share refers to the share of the market compared with the competitors, and it's an indicator of competitive strength. Using these two dimensions, the idea is to categorize the products or brands of a business into a 4-box model. The categories in this 4-box model are stars, question marks, which are also known as problem children, cash cows, and dogs. Stars, as the name suggests, are the firm's best products or brands. They have a high market share compared to competitors and operate in a high growth market. Typically, if your products are categorized as stars, you have to continue supporting them with high marketing spend. As a result, the cash flow isn't necessarily always positive. The key strategic decision around stars is about holding on to that market leadership and find ways to respond to the inevitable competition. So as a market leader, you need to see what can you do to create barriers to entry to resist competition. Can you do something to build and sustain higher levels of customer loyalty through exceptional customer service? And that is the challenge for the stars. Question marks operate in a high growth market, but at the moment they do not have a high market share as compared to competitors. They have the potential to be stars, but the issue is that at the moment they are relatively not strong. The strategy for question marks is thus to be as selective as possible. That is, to identify those question marks that have the potential to build up their market share, perhaps through effective segmentation and positioning, and invest in them. A consequence of this is that question marks also tend to have quite weak and possible negative cash flows. So you need cash to invest in question marks to make them into your stars. But from where are you going to get this cash from? Well, the answer is cash cows. You need to milk the cash from the cash cows since they are a source of cash. Cash cows include all those products which have relatively high market share, but they are operating in low growth markets or mature markets. It links you very nicely with the maturity phase of your product life cycle. So your cash cows are never going to be a star performer. They are never going to be growing really fast, but it's quite likely that they will be generating a lot of cash. Cash cows tend not to have much needs for investment, as by definition they are sources of cash. That's where you want those in your portfolio to be able to invest into other products. The key strategic decision is to squeeze in as much cash as you can out of those business and reinvest this cash in your stars to defend their position and in your question marks which have the potential to be converted into stars. Lastly, we have the poor old dogs. Dogs are the products that are operating in very low growth markets and have a very low market share as compared to their competitors. Perhaps they are those products that have reached the end of the decline phase in your product life cycle. It is very unlikely that you will ever be able to turn your dogs into stars. Possibly you could turn them into question marks, but that may require a lot of investment. So the best strategy for a dog is to phase it out, to find a buyer for it, perhaps to sell the product or brand, or simply shut it down. If we were to illustrate this BCG matrix by categorizing the products of Apple, we could place their range of smartphones into the star category. Apple keeps reinventing, innovating, and there is no doubt that iPhone is the driver of profits for them and hence certainly a star product. The App Store and iTunes are a significant generator of cash and can be placed in the cash cows category. It needs little investment and is profitable too. What about the question marks? Well, the launch of iWatches can be put into this category since only time will tell whether it turns out to be a world-beating product. Lastly, though it's a little difficult and slightly unfair to search for a dog in Apple portfolio, but if we were to make a case of it, then maybe we can place their iPod range and iShuffle in the dog category. BCG Matrix is a useful tool for analyzing the product portfolio dimension, but it's not meant to be a scientific tool for investment appraisal. It's meant to provide a framework for management and to have a look at the overall balance of their portfolio of products, brands, and businesses. It's a very useful tool, but not the only tool when it comes to deciding whether the product has potential or not. Also, relative market share and market growth rate are two very important dimensions. They are not the only dimensions that help determine whether a business has competitive strength or if the industry is particularly attractive. Hope you've got a good insight on the BCG matrix. Until we meet again, bye.